Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Emmanuel Ude. Today, we're diving into how empathy and listening can truly supercharge your self-improvement journey. Let's get started. You might be wondering, why start here? Well, I found that understanding others is one of the best ways to understand yourself. When you really listen to someone, you're not just hearing their words, you're building a bridge of empathy. And that bridge can lead to stronger relationships, better self-awareness, and a whole new level of personal growth. I'll share a little story. A while back, I realized that when I truly listened to people around me, not only did my relationships improve, but I started to see areas where I could be kinder to myself and more patient in my own growth journey. And that's exactly what I want to help you do. And so, in this video series, we're going to explore how empathy and listening can be your secret weapon for self-improvement. We'll dive into practical tips, real life examples, and even some challenges you can try out. Stick around and let's grow together. But before we do that, before we get into the weed of this conversation, let's understand what empathy and listening means. So, what is empathy? Empathy is essentially the ability to understand and share the feelings of another person. It's like putting yourself in someone else's shoes and really trying to feel what they're feeling, which helps you connect with them on a deeper level. And then, what is listening? Listening, on the other hand, is the active process of hearing and understanding what someone else is saying. It's not just about the words, but also about really tuning into the emotions, the tone, and the meaning behind those words. But before we go, like I said, into the weeds of this conversation, what does true listening mean? So, true listening goes a bit beyond just hearing the words. It's really about being fully present with the person who's speaking and giving them your full attention without immediately thinking about how you are going to respond to them. So it's really about focusing on understanding their perspective, their emotions, and their experience, and making them feel truly heard. True listening means you're not just waiting for your turn to speak, you're really there with them in that moment. So together, empathy and listening really create a powerful combination for connecting with others and understanding them on a deeper level. First off, why focus on empathy and listening, you may ask? Well, think of empathy as the ability to step into someone else's shoes and listening as the bridge that gets you there. When we really listen to others, we learn not just about them, but about how we relate to the world as well. And that's a key to growing ourselves. Now, let me tell you a quick story from my own life. I've always thought of myself as a good listener, but I found myself constantly jumping in with advice whenever my friends talked about their problems. One day, a close friend of mine was going through a tough time, and instead of giving advice, I decided to listen. Truly listen. Maybe because the situation was so bad, I truly did not know what to say. So I decided not to interrupt him. Didn't try to fix anything, but just let my friend share everything on his mind. But I noticed something shift within me. My friend opened up more than ever before. And I realized that by simply being there and listening, I was offering something far more valuable than any quick solution. After that experience, I started to apply that same deep listening in other parts of my life. I found that I understood my friends and family better and began to notice patterns in my own reactions and feelings and how I show up to and for others. So Let's take a look at a practical example. Right now, as you're listening to this video, you can pause this video, pick up your phone and go through your text messages. Take a look at conversations from several months, maybe even a year, or as far as you can go. I want you to observe your responses. Ask yourself, if I truly listened, will my response still be the same today, or could there have been a better response? So this was a turning point for me that helped me become more empathetic, more patient, and more self-aware. In fact, it brought me clarity and a better understanding of myself. That experience made me realize just how powerful true listening can be. Now, let's get practical again. Once again, how can you become a better listener? Well, here are the tips that I can offer to you. Try these few tips. First, practice active listening. Focus fully on the speaker without thinking about your response. Second, use reflective listening. Repeat back what you've heard in your own words to make sure you understand. And third, be patient and give the conversation space. It's very important that you give the conversation space. Sometimes silence is where the real insight happens. So you may ask, how does this all feed into self-improvement? Well, when you build empathy and become a better listener, you naturally become more attuned to your own thoughts and feelings. You start to notice patterns in how you interact with others, and you gain insights into areas where you can grow. It's like holding a mirror that helps you see yourself more clearly. So let's wrap this up. I hope this gives you a solid starting point. Over the next few videos, we'll dive deeper into exercises and real-world practices you can try. If you found this helpful, let me know in the comments and share your own experiences with empathy and listening. Thanks for watching, and let's keep growing together. Thank you. I love you all, and bye-bye.